Yeah. Good evening. Good evening to all the people joining from India, and good morning and good afternoon to the people joining from the globe. My name is Mohit Sharma, uh, IIRSM India branch chair, and with me, Julie is there, like she'll be supporting the webinars during the session, and today's session would be the very interesting one and the most important for the like constructions, the work at height. As we know, there are more injuries, more fatal things we have recorded as per the statistics in the work at height area. So today we will be discussing about work at height, and our speaker. I would like to introduce our speaker, Mr. Madhukar Tiwari. uh, he's from ECL France, HS Elite, and he had vast experience in construction industry, manufacturing industry, and also worked as a consultant in work at height area. He is currently based in UAE and working as a HS Elite for ECL for 5 ECL groups. So I will not take more time, and I would like to hand over to Mr. Tiwari for the further session. So hand over to you, Mr. Tiwari. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mohit and Julie, for the introduction. And I hope everyone heard me. Am I screen visible for everyone? Mohit, can you confirm once again? My screen
please.
is visible. Okay. Right now, I'm sitting here in UAE, Dubai, and here time is 4:30. I would say good evening, good afternoon, and good morning because people joining for this session across the globe. And just for information, if there are any technical issue during the session, feel free to let us know. And with us, Miss Julie has joined from United Kingdom. She will help for the any technicals, any technicals issue related to the online sessions. And before I start the session, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all of you for attending this online session. And a special thanks to Mr. Mohit Sharma and Julie from IIRSM to providing me such prestigious platform to share my knowledge. And today I'll speak about working at height, and I believe this is one of the most important subject for the industry, especially those people who are working in construction industry. And if you see the statistics data, most common cause of the fatality or serious injury related to the working at height. But we believe all the accidents related to the working at height can be preventable with right approach and proactive measures. So today I'm going to discuss many technicals, many technical things related to the working at heights, and I'll cover basic fall arrest systems that includes the anchor points, body harness, and connecting device. Then I will cover fall prevention system that includes the guardrail system and collective fall protection system. And apart from that, we'll discuss about the general information related to the working at height. And total duration of this session around 35 to 40 minutes. We'll start working at height presentations. If you're talking about the working at height controls, the working at height controls measure divided into two different zones significantly. I would say first one is the fall prevention and second one is the fall arrest systems. And understanding of the fall prevention and fall arrest system is the most important to prevent the working at height accidents. Let me brief about the fall prevention. What is the fall prevention? Fall prevention is the system that are designed to prevent the fall. I would say this is the engineering controls. And the second one is the fall arrest system. Fall arrest system, that system designed to arrest the fall if someone already fall from the heights. Our presentation based between fall prevention and fall arrest systems. See, when you are talking about the fall arrest system, the three things is the very important for the fall arrest systems that include the anchor points, body harness, and connecting device. You know, if you're talking about the working at height and industries, everyone knows about the full body harness and fall arrest systems. The first, we have to understand how fall arrest systems is working. If you want to wear the fall arrest system, first we should know about the anchor points. What is the anchor point? What is the body harness? And what is the connecting device? See, anchor points where you make the connection from your body harness to the anchor. This is the anchor point. There are different types of the anchor point in fall arrest systems. And second one is the body harness. Body harness basically fit with your body and your connecting device. Connect with your body harness and your connecting device connect with the anchor points. That three things, anchor point, body harness, and connecting device, is the most important things in fall arrest systems. And understanding of the anchor points, body harness, and connecting device is the most important. Okay, let me explain about the anchor point. What is the anchor point and what would be the capacity of the anchor points? Anchor point is the secure points where you connect your lanyards. Lanyard, that means your connecting device. If you see the standards of the anchor point, according to EN 795, the anchor point should be supported at least 2300 kg. Fall arrest anchor point should be supported at least 2300 kg. And body harness, if you see the requirements of the body harness should be fitted with your body. And third one is the connection from anchor to the body. So when you are wearing the full body harness, you make proper connection from the anchor to the body. And you can see from this picture on the screen. On the screen, there are three things: anchor points, anchor point which is connected from the rigid structure, and the second one is the body harness, and third one, red one, is the lanyards. Means if you're going to use the fall arrest devices, we ensure the anchor point, body harness, and connecting device. Second thing about different types of the anchor point. If you see the requirements of the industries, basically there are three types of anchor points you are using for the fall arrest devices. The first one is the type A anchor point. This anchor point is designed for the fixed structure. Means anywhere this anchor point design over the fixed structure, and this is the fixed anchor point. You cannot move these anchor points. And if you see the classification of the anchor point, there is a class B. This is the non-permanent anchor points, such as tripods, mobile anchorage devices. This anchor point can move. The differences between type A anchor point and B. Type A anchor point is the rigid anchor point. You cannot move one place to the another place. This is the rigid one. And if you are talking about the B types of anchor point, this is the movable anchor point, this is the mobile anchor point, and subsequently there is a C types of anchor point. This is the basically lifeline. When you are discussing about the fall arrest systems, the anchor point selection of the anchor point is the one of the important things which need to know. So whenever you plan to perform the activity at height above 1.8 meter and above, you must consider the anchor points, and also you ensure that there is a types of anchor requirements for the activity. So this is the brief about the anchor points. And when you are discussing about the capacity of the anchor point, the capacity of the anchor point is 2300 kg according to EN 795. Why 2300 kg? If you consider the potential energy, if you take the 100 kg and you multiply with the gravity 9.8 and our lanyard length is 2 meters, it will come approx 2000 kg. And 2000 kg, then according to that much that references, en decided 2300 kg the capacity would be the anchor points. Okay. Okay, this is the second slide about the full body harnesses. In fall arrest systems, full body harnesses play very important roles. So whenever you're selecting the full body harness, there are different types of full body harness using in industry. And there is a EN specification for the full body harness. There is a EN 361 that is the specific for the fall arrest system, and EN 358 this is for the work positioning, and EN 813 this is the seat harness, and all three standards combined together to form the advanced harness. So there is a different types of the harness that depend on the use. You have to select the harness according to your requirements. So this is the second line guidance of the anchor points. And CE the connecting device. For any fall arrest systems, without connecting device, the fall arrest system cannot work. You have to select the right connecting device. This is there are different types of the connecting device. First one is the retractable lanyards, same like seat belts. According to your work locations, you can select the connecting device. There are multiple types of connecting device: retractable lanyards, shock observing lanyard, without shock observing lanyard, without shock observing lanyard. You can see from the picture, the first picture, red one is the retractable device. Again, second one is the shock observing lanyard, and third one is the without shock observing lanyard. That depend on the requirements. So whenever you are going to use this connecting device, so that depend on the requirements. According to requirements, you have to select the connecting devices. Okay, so this is the all about the fall protections. So whenever you are going to perform the activity, you must ensure the ABC fall protection, anchor points, body harness, and connecting devices. Second slide about the fall preventions. What is the fall preventions? The fall prevention is the basically engineering control, and that system designed to prevent the falls. This is the kind of eliminations. And the fall prevention, there are three equipments. First one is the guardrail systems in industry, and second one is the walk resistance system and hole cover. We'll discuss one by one. What is the guardrail system? See, for the guardrail system, when you are discussing about the guardrail system consists the top rails, mid rails, intermediate, and toe boards. So whenever you are erecting the scaffolding, or if you are erecting the any structure, there must be provision of the guardrail system, and guardrail system is the kind of prevention that can prevent the person from the fallings. You can see from the pictures. And guardrail system meet the following requirements. If you see the top rail, the height of the top rail should be approx 242 inch from the landing platform, and mid rail should be in between from the top rail and landing platform, and toe board should be from the landing platform. The height would be 1.5 meter. So that guardrail systems are designed to prevent the falls. So this is the kind of eliminations. And the second one is the fall resistance system. What is the fall resistance system? Actually, that system are designed to protect the people to reaching the hazardous zone. Such as someone walking in the edge of the buildings or roofing system. In that way, we are preferred to use the fall resistance system. That system designed to prevent the fall. There is a limited lanyards, and you cannot go beyond this lanyards. So sometime, as per the requirements, you prefer to use the fall resistance system. That is very important in the walking at height activities. And next one about the effective hole covers. Hole covers is also kind of protections and providing protections from the floor openings. The somewhere that depend on the requirements, you're providing the hole covers to prevent the falls. You can see from the pictures. This is the totally elimination. This also fall into the fall preventions. And this is about the shock observing lanyard. As I discussed earlier, there are different types of connecting device. Shock observing lanyard, without shock observing lanyards, and retractable lanyards. So for the shock observing lanyards, if you're using the observing lanyards, you have to maintain the sudden rule for the shock observing lanyards. See, if you consider the length of our lanyard is the maximum 2 meter, and acceleration will be around 1.2 meters, and maximum height of the worker is 2 meter, that means 6 feet, and 3 feet is the safety factors. Means when you are planning to work 18 feet and more than that, then you required shock observing lanyard. Before that, there is no use of the shock observing lanyards. So please, whenever you select the connecting device, especially lanyard, retractables, shock observing lanyard, you must, consider about these things, distance between the anchor point to the grounds. And second slide about the double lanyard and 100% tie-off. We always prefer to use the double lanyards. When you use the double lanyard, you can maintain the 100% tie-off. They always prefer to use the double lanyard. The double lanyard provide you the 100% protections while you are working at the height, and whenever you changing the platform one place to the another place. So we always prefer to use double lanyard. This is the also type of connecting device. And this is the carabiner. Carabiner is the basically providing the connection between the body harness to the connecting device and anchor points. So now there are multiple types of connections are being used in industry. So whenever you select the connecting device, you select the right carabiner. There are multiple types of the carabiner. This is the threaded one. First one is the threaded one, and second one is the this is the locking system. I would say double locking system. And third one is this is also kind of connecting device. This is the scaffold hook. So whenever you select the carabiner to make the connection, you select the double actions or triple action instead of the threaded one. This is the more safer. And this is the simply fall protection, fall factors. Whenever you are going to perform the activity at height, we always hook your lanyards, always hook your lanyards, harness lanyard above your shoulder or above your head, right? That things can minimize the fall factor, and if someone fall, maintain the good fall factor, there will be no impacts. You see in the picture, there are three types of the fall factor: zero fall factor 1, and fall factor 2. Both are good, 0 and fall factor 1. So whenever you are going to perform the activity at height, just maintain the fall factor, and accordingly you can work. Okay, and now this is about the collective fall protections. Collective fall protection, this is the kind of solution that are designed to protect the group of people, not one single people. For example, handrails. Handrails come into the collective fall protections, walkways, roof light, guardrail system. So whenever required collective fall protection, you select the collective fall protection instead of the single fall protections. Single fall protection provide the protection for the single peoples, but collective fall protection provide the protection for the multiple people. You always consider the work location, scenario, frequency, and accordingly you have to select the fall protections. If required collective fall protection, you have to go through the collective fall protection. If required single fall protection, you have to go through the single fall protection. This is the example of collective fall protections. You can see from the picture. This collective fall protection protect the person from the falling. It can prevent the multiple person from the falling. And second thing about the potential hazards of fall. When you are talking about the hazards and risk, for walking at height, that there are multiple potential hazards, and most of the accident happen because of that reason only. First one is the unprotected edge and openings. So whenever you are going to perform the activity at height, when you are going to inspect your walking at height location, you must consider the unprotected edge and opening. Second is the makeshift scaffold, poor design of the scaffold. Third one is the poor workplace design, poor maintain access. If there is a poor maintain access, there is no proper action access. This is also cause of the fall. Obstacles at the heights, yes, of course. Rooftop opening and fragile roofs. I would say these are the potential condition of the fall. So whenever we perform the activity at height, you must consider these all points, these all potential hazards, and accordingly you have to act. Select the right equipment. Somewhere we need the collective fall protection, somewhere we need the personal fall protections. According to the situation, according to the location, you have to decide the fall protection devices. See, how we can prevent the fall, that is the very, very important to understand. First things, identify and evaluate the fall hazards. From your workplace, whenever you go to are going to perform the activity, you ensure there will be no potential fall hazards. Identify all existing and potential fall hazards related to your workplace. And second one is the eliminate the fall hazards if possible. You try to eliminate the fall hazards as much as possible. If not eliminated, then there is a other controls. You have to you have to take the another controls. Third one about the training and competency. Train the worker to recognize the fall hazards. You provide the comprehensive training to your workers to get understand about the fall alert systems and usage. And the fourth one is the inspect and maintain the fall protection equipment before and after use it. That is also important things for the walking at height. And use appropriate equipment to prevent the fall and protect the worker if do falls. Right. So now, what is my recommendation and suggestion? Whenever you select the fall protection devices, you must select the standard fall protection devices like EN standards and other international standard. That equipment designed in such way to protect the person. If they fall, also there will be less injury. See, preventing fall, there are multiple equipments and they are play the different roles. First one is the personal fall arrest system. What is the personal fall arrest system? We already discussed in earlier. This is the ABC fall protection: anchor point, body harness, and connecting device. The personal fall arrestor for personal fall arrest system. That system designed to arrest the fall that cannot prevent the falls. So whenever you using the personal fall arrest system, you must ensure your anchor, body harness, and connection. Second one is the personal fall resistance system. That system, this is the kind of equipment, that system are designed in such way to prevent the person from the falling, and mostly that system used near the unprotected edge or on the roof. Whenever you are walking near the unprotected edge or over the roof, you must know about the personal fall resistance system. Third one is the positioning device. This is not kind of protections, I would say, but this device can position yourself whenever you perform the activity in suspended mode. To position your body with the fall positioning devices. And next one about the guardrail system. Guardrail system is the kind of preventions. That system can prevent the fall. So whenever guardrail system is required, you must use the guardrail system. That system prevent the falls. And second one is the safety net. Yes, this is the collective fall arrest devices. Whenever needed, you provide the safety net. That system can arrest the fall if someone already fall. And next one about the warning line system for the roofing works. We put the warning line, indications for the person those who are working at the roofs. And next one, last one is the safety monitoring system. The safety monitoring system keep watch on the worker near the fall hazards. So these are the way we can prevent the falls and select the equipments. So whenever you're going to work in the industry, you must know about these equipments and select the equipments accordingly. There is a very limited time for this presentation. So if any question from anyone, please ask the question.
Hello, thank you so much for a really informative presentation. We've only had one question so far, so hopefully if I ask this question, people will ask some more. So somebody's asked, it's Akshay has asked, what is 100% tie-off, please?
Yes, Akshay, when you're talking about the 100% tie-off, we always prefer to use the double lanyard, that Y configuration, and 100% tie-off. Whenever you change the location, you have to connect the second lanyard to maintain the tie-offs. That's it.
Great, thank you. I think we've had another question come through. So this one is from Vishnu. Could you please explain more on work positioning system?
See, work positioning system is the kind of device you can position your body whenever you're walking at height. If you want to position your body, you want to take little comfortable position, then you can prefer to use the means work positioning devices. The work positioning device is connected from your body, from the lateral bearings, from the both side, through the help of the carabiner, and you position your body and perform the activity in good manner.
Great, thank you. Dilshad, we've had a question from you, but I don't think it's complete. It starts with syllabus complete, then it's got HOGYAKYA, sir. I don't know whether they're initials. Does that make any sense to you? Dilshad, perhaps you can clarify and I'll move on to the next question and come back to you afterwards.
Yes.
So this next question is, how can I install an independent anchoring point at height?
See, for the installation of the anchor point, need a special competency for that, and that depends the types of anchor you are going to install. If there is a lifeline, yes, of course you need a proper design for the lifelines. If there is a fixed anchor, you need the structural integrity. And for the mobile anchor, yes, you can connect from the structure. That depend on the conditions and location, and there is a special competency required. You can for the installation you can hire the competent person. They can install the anchor points in your location.
Great, thank you. So no questions, no questions. Thank you for great presentation. So we've got another one here from Mohammed. What is a fall factor?
See, whenever you are walking at the height, the fall factor, when you connect your lanyard from the anchor, if you maintain the greater fall factor, that means above your head and shoulders, then you have to maintain the good, I would say less lanyards, and there will be less impact if someone falls. I would say fall factor is the distance of fall or distance of the rope of the lanyard.
Great, thank you. He's just clarified that. So there's two more parts to this question. So So we wanted to clarify the difference between fall factor 0 and 1, and then how can we address the fall hazard by hierarchy of control?
See, when you are talking about the fall factor 0 and 1, there are three types of fall factor 0, 1, and 2. Right? The 0 is the less one, 1 is the also acceptable, but fall factor 2 is the not acceptable, because if someone fall with the fall factor 2, there will be more impact. And you'll get the serious injury.
Great, thank you. Another question. So is 1.8 meter height, is it standard or may it vary from industry to industry?
This can vary from industry to industry. Some of the industry, they are following 1.2 meter, oil and gas. For the construction industry, we prefer to use the fall protection devices 1.8 meter, because considering the risk, if people fall from 1.8 meter, there will be more injury, significant injury.
Great, thank you. And then the next question, we've got two more. This is such a popular, I've never had so many questions on a presentation, so you've obviously done a great job. So do all anchor points type A, B, and C require 2,300 kg, 5,000 pounds, or does it vary? Or is the 2,300 kg the
See,
minimum requirement?
yes, if you consider the 5,000 lbs pounds, this come to around 2,300 kg. You are talking about the ENS standard EN7 and 5. EN7 and 5 recommended 2,300 kg for any fall protection anchor, either fixed one, either movable one, any kind of anchor that going to use for the fall arrest system, that must be supported 2,300 kg.
Great, thank you. You've got such knowledge on this subject. So the next question from Mohammed again. Could you please explain the difference between floor opening and floor hole?
See, both are the same, floor opening and floor holes. I would say opening considered in a larger way and hole is the smaller way, but both are the same.
Okay, thank you.
For the floor openings and hole, you always consider the fall prevention and provide the plates to prevent the person from the falling, instead of the providing the signage and warnings.
Great, thank you. And then we have still a couple more questions. So how much fall clearance is required while working using full body harness and 1.8 meter lanyard?
See, when you consider the distance from the anchor to the grounds, the maximum required 6 meter. So whenever people are walking 6 meter and above, then only shock observing lanyard is required, other than not required.
Great, thank you. And then we have, so I think probably we can take a few more questions. You okay with that? So next one is fall protection devices are required are fall protection devices required while working on scaffolding?
Yes, of course, fall protection devices is required while walking on the scaffolding, because the scaffolding is a temporary structure, right? And whenever we walk on the temporary structure, the fall protection is required.
Great, thank you. And then the next one is, how do shock absorbers work in case of a fall? It's a good question.
See, the shock observing lanyard, when someone fall, right, it will open. Basically, that design in a such way, if there is a fall occur on the shock observing lanyard, it will reduce the impact of the fall, and after that transfer to the body. So
Great,
the basically use of the fall, means shock observing lanyard to reduce the impact force.
great, thank you. We've got 4 or 5 more questions. Are you okay to answer these? And if I say no new questions, because you'll be here all day, won't you, answering these questions. So if you haven't put a question in yet, that we won't be able to take it. So the next question is, can we use web slings to prevent the fall arrestor system?
See, a web ceiling is not kind of the devices, right? Kind of the connecting device. For the connecting device, you can use the retractable lanyards, double lanyards that configure in that design in Y configurations, shock observing lanyard. Yes, of course, for the anchoring, mobile anchoring, if a structure is the larger size, you can use the wire ceilings to use as an anchor.
Great, thank you. Then the next one is, which fall protection devices will be suitable when fall clearance is less?
You can use the fall devices without energy observer, for connecting devices without energy observer.
Great, thank you. And someone's just put declaration distance. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, the distance is 6 feet, 6 meter.
Great, thank you. I feel like I'm grilling you. It's almost like mastermind this is, where I just firing the questions at you. So someone has asked, could you please explain to me what are the most effective ways to control the risk of falls?
See, you have to do the comprehensive risk assessment to identify the all existing and potential hazards related to the activity. And according to the risk assessment, you have to select the equipments. There are multiple, types of equipments which prevent from the fallings. So that depend on the assessment.
Great, thank you. And someone's asked is if you can use fall protection devices after being repaired.
Sorry?
Can we use fall protection devices after repairing?
No, never ever.
Okay, that's a good answer. So someone's asked a question, two questions. What is scaffolding and types of scaffolding? So I think they're asking.
Scaffolding is a temporary structure, and scaffolding is a big subject. There are multiple types of scaffolding. Mostly, we are using for the construction industry to support the man and materials at height.
Great, thank you. And then the next one is, which is the question that's just come in. I probably won't ask that one because I've still got a couple on chat. So I'll do the last three now. So what is the maximum safe load capacity of a lifeline, please?
It should be 2,300 kg. In design in such way, any fall arrest device is 2,300 kg.
Great, thank you. And then these are the last two. So what rescue system should be used in a tower crane, sorry.
Sorry,
Oh,
Julie?
I'll read it again. What rescue system / devices can be used in the tower crane? And is it one fit for all suits? Is
See,
it one, just
there
one
are
fit
many.
suit in all cases? Or
Yeah, there are many types of the rescue devices, but what I suggest for the tower crane, use the descender. Descender is a good way to perform the rescue from the tower crane.
Great, thank you. And then the last question you'll be pleased to know is, the person has heard about the term suspension trauma. Could you please explain it?
Yeah, suspension trauma, when people are falling from the height, they are suspended in the harness, and if you longer leave the harness in that way, then his blood circulation going to close and he get the suspension trauma. For the suspension trauma prevention, use the suspension trauma harness. There is a separate lanyard for the suspension trauma, and you can rest your body on the lanyard to minimize the suspension trauma, and also start cycling if someone fall from the height to prevent to eliminate the impact of suspension trauma or minimize the impact of suspension trauma.
Great, thank you so much. Well, that's the first time I've known so many questions for a presentation. You must be exhausted. Mohit, would you like to say some closing words?
Yeah, definitely. It was really a good session, and as we have seen, like lots of question, and I hope people would have enjoyed it. Our audiences from different areas would have enjoyed it, and definitely, like it is a vast chapter, and it requires a lot of awareness and day-to-day basis of implementation of new devices which are coming in the safety world. So I would like to thanks our speaker, Mr. Tiwari, and definitely I have seen like there was other questions on the scaffolding aspects also. So in future definitely we'll organize this session on the scaffolding, so hope audience can take advantage over it. So thank you, and thanks to all the people joining over the this session. Yeah, that was Julie.
Thank you so much, everyone. I will upload the recording onto the IIRSM YouTube channel. So if you have any colleagues you think would benefit from watching it, I'll put the link on the India branch page, and you'll also get a link with the email that comes out tomorrow. So good afternoon and good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the world.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Julie.
you. Thank